Fun to get back out there and officially kick it off the right way. And we got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm excited for the season.
Carson, I'm sure there's different mile markers for you throughout a training camp. What's sort of the first one that you get to that you're kind of most focused on to get established and then kind of move forward?
Yeah, I think early on for me is just finding that timing and chemistry with guys. You get a little bit of it in the spring, you get a little bit of it in the summer, on your own. But now that you're out here against the defense, all that stuff, just understanding guys, how they get in and out of breaks, in and out of cuts, finding that chemistry so I can, get the ball out on time, where it needs to be, and just start working that chemistry with these guys. That's really the focal point kind of for me early on, but then also just building that culture, that chemistry with all the guys, both on and off the field. And it's been fun, even just through these first day and a half here.
And then with regards to the playbook, where is that process for you? I mean, I'm sure at one point you want to get it so you're completely instinct, but where are you kind of now with that?
Yeah, I feel good with it. Honestly, I feel good. It was an adjustment in the spring. It was a lot of information. It's always a new language, but it's the part of the game that I love. It's the part of understanding the X's and O's, asking the questions, why are we doing this, what's going on here? And Coach has been awesome helping me learn and learn quickly, and I feel pretty good with it.
Hi, Carson. Do you know pretty quickly if you're going to have a strong connection with a receiver or a tight end? Does that you notice it pretty quickly, or does it take a while to build up?
It's definitely a fair question. I'd say yes. Normally, everyone's unique, everyone's different. Some days you come out here, you're going to get 20-some reps with the guy. Some days you're going to not get a single one. And so that's part of it. But, you start to see guys' tendencies early and start to kind of understand how they get in and out and what they do well and how we can work together. And so I like what I see out there. I think we got a dynamic group and a lot of really good playmakers that we just got to find a way to get it in their hands. I got to find a way to get it in their hands and let them make their plays.
Might be a stupid question, but how do you go about building the culture within the locker room and building just that rapport and chemistry with guys that you're fairly new to?
Yeah, you try not to do anything out of the ordinary. You just let those relationships naturally build. You come in, for me, this is year 7, things are different. I'm a little older, a little different perspective and relatively younger team, younger locker room. And so just how do you build relationships? It looks different every year. Every locker room looks different, but you just have to be intentional and build that chemistry and that relationship in time. And it's a lot of good dudes in there, and it's been fun getting to know them.
Carson, have you been around enough to have a sense of the whole roster and what the potential of this team might be?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Obviously, it's a little different, but I've played this team plenty over the years, so I've seen my fair share of the guys on the defensive side of the ball from the other side, and so I definitely know the potential. I know we got a long way to go. I know it's day one. There's a lot of mistakes out there to clean up on both sides of the ball. But I think that the nucleus of the team, the chemistry, the culture that's been established is going to keep getting better, and I like what I see right now.
At all during the offseason when you meet with guys, you had those workouts, does playoffs ever come up? Do you think in those terms, or no?
Not really. You all have goals. You all have goals, high expectations. You have a lot of that, but then you come out here and it's like, okay, how do I get better today? You have these long-term goals, but then you can't look too much at the future, look too much ahead, because you got to do what's required of you at that moment, within each play, within each practice, within each day. And so try not to think too big picture like that, because you can overlook some things that are right in front of you. And I think most guys have that same kind of mindset of just every day, let's get a little bit better. We know where we want to go. We know the expectations. That's understood. But now how do we get there one day at a time?
Carson, I know this wasn't your first time on the field with these guys, but there's something a little bit different at the start of training camp. Did it feel any different for you? Was there any kind of introspection today before you come out here because it is the start of camp?
Yeah, it's a good question. It was a little hotter, a little more humid early on, but otherwise not really. We're still right here at the facility, same group of guys, same everything. I think walking in yesterday, just officially, hey, year 7's kicking off. Just that realization of year 7 for me and all of that, and what comes along with that. So that was cool, kind of just a surreal thing. Every year you kind of get goosebumps again, thinking you grew up wanting to play this game and you're still playing it. So I get those kind of goosebumps every camp on day 1, and then it's just ball. It's just ball and go have fun.
And then given your situation the last couple of years, is it almost natural to lead to some sort of introspection about, well, is there something I can do better to make sure I don't put myself in that situation again? And if so, is there anything that you kind of looked at yourself in the offseason and say, well, I want to be better here going into this year? Anything at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think regardless if it's a good, bad, ugly game, year, whatever, I'm always that way. I'm always trying, how can I get better? How can I look at myself first? Where can I get better? Where can I help the team be better? All of those things. And so for me, it's just coming in and distributing the ball to these guys and being efficient, being effective, being consistent, both physically with my play and also just with my attitude, with my leadership, trying to be consistent with that. And so those are things I look at every single year. And then there's always a couple things here and there mechanically that you're trying to focus on, or fundamentally that most people would probably never understand or really recognize. But you're always focusing on a couple things in the off seasons to try and get better.
How beneficial was that workout in California with the rest of the group, and what made you kind of want to do that?
It was really good. I think it was beneficial to get on the field, obviously, for a couple days and start building that chemistry that I've been talking about, but also just off the field. Going to dinner with each guy, going to breakfast, lunch, just being around them. Going and just kicking it with the guys, getting to know each guy, where we're from, what we like, what are our hobbies. Guys are in different seasons of life. I got 2 kids and married and a lot of single guys, and there's just a different kind of atmosphere, and to come together and kind of build a relationship was it was a lot of fun. It's something that I definitely cherish, getting to know guys from all over the place, and I thought that was fun. The workouts were great, and it was definitely beneficial.
Is there any guy's hobby that stood out to you, or any fun tidbits you learned?
Not really. I mean, Terry's big into golf now. I learned, which I am too. So I think we hit it off on that front. Jahan doesn't do anything but play video games. Learned that one. But no, good group of guys. It was fun getting to know them and see each guy's personality off the field.
Ron told you when you first showed up in March that you're wanted here, and apparently he also had that conversation with you recently. What does that message do for you?
Yeah, I think for anybody, it just builds confidence. It builds confidence within myself. I always think I'm a confident person, but hearing it from somebody else, from the head coach, those types of things, definitely just instills that confidence even more to just go out there and don't put pressure, don't put expectations, just play free, have fun and play free and be you. And just that reminder always from him means a lot, so I can just go out there, play loose, play fast, play free, and have fun.
And at camp, do you have a philosophy of I'm at camp, maybe I'll force something here to get a feel for it? Or are you trying to treat it like it's a Sunday and maybe not, turn the ball over? What's your philosophy in that regard?
It's a great question. I think there's some plays within a camp you want to see how they look and, different things. But once camp hits, it's really, I want to be clean. I want to be efficient. I want to be effective. If the deep ball's there, let's take it. If it's not there, find the check down and start building those habits of just being efficient, being effective, and playing fast. Maybe in OTAs it's a little bit different. Maybe you're trying to hang on some stuff, be more aggressive. Here it's going to come in spurts, but for the most part, your sights are set on being clean and being efficient, and that's what I try and do each time I'm out there.
Got time for two more. Hey, Carson, training camp is unique in a sense that you get up close and personal with the fans. Does that help at all when you have fans this close, and you get to meet them afterward and sign autographs? And my second one is Ron talked a little bit about yesterday about rebuilding the culture and getting fans back at FedEx. Yep. And, how important is that to you to have, a rockin' home crowd behind you?
Yeah, fan support means a lot. Just seeing them out here, even a little bit in OTAs and stuff. And especially the last couple of years with COVID and different protocols and all these things, being personal with people was definitely kind of limited for a lot of reasons, a lot of people. And so just being able to have those interactions, even interactions with y'all, that are different than the last couple of years is refreshing. It's refreshing to me. And then seeing the fan support, that's always huge. And I look forward to seeing FedEx continue to get rocking, and hopefully we can bring them something to cheer about.
Last one.
Carson, how challenging has it been to have to start all over again in 3 different cities throughout the past, 3 years? Yeah. And how do you feel knowing that you're wanted here for the future?
Yeah, I feel confident in myself. I feel belief in myself from the people around me, which means a lot. It is unique. It's a unique business. You're 1 year here, 1 year there, and you try to, you have your sights set on long term wherever you are. But God has different plans sometimes, and try and make the most of it. Try and make the most of it, and just keep plugging along. And I got an awesome wife and kids that they pick up, and here we are. And we're going to fully invest in this city and this team and the people around us, and try and make the most of it for, God willing, hopefully a long time. And it definitely brings about some different life circumstances that I think a lot of people don't understand within a family dynamic. but it's also fun. It's also fun. It's part of the adventure for my family and I, and we're loving it. So, thank you, guys.